It's time to hit the road and discover Texas with Annie Studebacker. Get ready to travel deep into the heart of the Lone Star State, meeting friendly folks and exploring fascinating places. Experience a way of life like nowhere else in the world as we uncover the rich history and culture of Texas. Discover adventure, discover excitement, discover Texas with Annie Studebacker.
Today, we visit the Grace Armantrout Museum in George West, Texas. Filled with historical artifacts of decades past, this museum received much of its memorabilia from Grace Armantrout, a local with a history of her own. Let's visit with Sylvia Steele and hear all about it.
Well, my name is Sylvia Steele, and I'm the director, going on 7 years with the museum. The museum is named Grace Armantrout. Miss Grace was a lady that she never married, but she worked for the railroad, and then she worked for the highway department and several places. She lived on the property next door on the other side of the Caboose, and she decided to donate the property that she was living in with the understanding that she could stay there until she passed away. And in the meantime, she designed this museum and had one of her all-wells come in, and that's how she built this museum. The city of George West took over the pool and the tennis court and her house, and she lived there until she passed away. She collected, had a lady come in, she says, "I used to work for Miss Grace," and she threw nothing away. Everything was collectible. She had a lot of friends that traveled all over the world and would bring her souvenirs. Some of these souvenirs are priceless to the point that they don't even make them anymore. Like the carnival glass. It's just priceless. And she had her parlor moved over, her bed that she purchased for $10 in Tivoli. Shows with her bed, covers and things that were also made and donated. She was just a wonderful lady with the love for the community and basically Live Oak County. She loved the soldiers. I had a gentleman donate an old depot, and we refurbished it, sanded it. On our knees, we scrubbed it and had it moved behind the Caboose. And it is full of uniforms, starting with World War I, up to date, here at the museum that are donated by soldiers and men that served from Live Oak County. So we're real proud of that, and I feel like she travels through this building every once in a while, and I think she's a happy lady that we have completed something that she had in her dreams, and that was the Veterans Depot with all the uniforms in it.
When we return, Sylvia Steele takes us on a tour of the museum. We'll get to see a collection of antiques, photographs, and furniture unlike any other. Afterward, Sylvia will tell us about the founding of George West. Where did this desk come from?
It belonged to Sheriff Smith, along with the lie detector machine. The family donated to the museum, and we have it on display. It's just enormous, and all the things work. right now it's a catch-all for all the pictures and all the collectible of information and books that we have of people and obituaries. We keep a record of the obituaries. They're also kept at the library, but we do every week we cut it out in the newspaper and put it here. Because people do come over and want to see that. Let me tell you about Mr. Stewart. Mr. Stewart was an old cowboy, and that's him right there. And that's his hat.
Wow.
Every time he went through some brush area, the hat would get caught. And so
You'd have to sew it back up?
he'd sew it back up. So he greets everybody. That's Mr. Luther Stewart. He's one of them old cowboys.
How cute. Boy, he didn't want to give up his old hat, did he?
No, he did not. And he worked cattle over at the Cartwright Ranch. I'm sure you've heard of that one.
Yes.
So this is all of Miss Grace's family, and before they came to South Texas.
Can you imagine wearing one of those hats?
Yeah, not me.
No.
But the ladies protected themselves so well from the
I wonder
sun.
if I should try one on. Would you let me try one on?
Sure, help yourself.
Let's see what I look like in one of this one. I'll take my pick. Let's see, you're taller. There we go.
Here's the mirror right here.
Oh, wow.
The details.
This is the back.
Yes.
Here I go.
Okay.
Oh, how cute.
Aren't they
I
precious?
feel like Little House in the Prairie.
Exactly.
That is too cute. I think this would bother me. I'm already getting hot. Here we go. Yeah. That was fun while it lasted. Yeah. How cute.
And most of those were hers. And they wore them, they worked in the garden, they worked in the fields, they worked out there with her chickens and whatever, and they wore those.
Oh.
And they protected their face.
Great.
From the sun and from cancer.
That's true.
So, this is Miss Grace's parlor.
So this is the actual furniture that was in her house.
And of course, they called it the
Parlor. The parlor, yes, definitely.
And there's her phone, which was donated by a gentleman that had it at his house. But she used one of those. So,
did she wear that going out somewhere?
This one came from a lady that wore it to a wedding.
Oh, okay. I've never seen a round quilted pillow. That is cute.
Yeah, we make those actually. Our best customers are the nursing home, and they put them around their neck to rest.
Oh, how cute. Okay, here's a display of guns.
Yes. Those guns, of course, the pins are out of them, but they belong to the Sheriff's Department and Miss Grace. The sheriff being Sheriff Busby. And you can see by the dates on them that they go back quite collectible. This is a practice piano. There was a lady that taught the piano lessons, and before they moved over to the piano, they would practice their lesson.
Interesting. What have we got here?
Okay, this is a mammoth tusk.
This is a mammoth tusk.
Yes.
My.
Imagine all of this, and it came from
all of this
from the West Estate, which is a ranch that belonged to George West. It's down on 59 going toward Laredo.
That is big. Goodness.
Yeah. So all of this is part of it.
Okay. Very interesting. I did not know they had domains.
We have a gentleman that's he's the president of the trustees, and he's an archaeologist. So that's so cool because he gives lessons and he also works for the college. So it's good. Miss Grace collected everything, as I told you, glasses, You name it, she has it. This one here.
Screen. Oh, wow. Is that antique?
Yes, but that's where she kept her.
Her stash.
Yeah, good for a better word. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, turn it again, close it. Let's see what it looks like.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that pretty? It just blends a piece of furniture. Oh, her crystal.
That is nice. That's different.
Yeah, and then her
It's a little bar.
collectibles of bottles. And then there's your liqueur.
Okay, how nice.
This is a quilt. It's called a friendship quilt. And when somebody would get married, they would make these. And the gift would be, because there were poor times, people would sign them, make their square, sign them, and that went on a bigger part as a wedding gift.
Everybody contributed to a quilt for the wedding couple. How nice.
Isn't that something?
That's really nice. Tell me about that piano.
That's a player's piano.
A
And
player's
there's a lady
piano.
here a couple of days ago that's the piano teacher at the school, and she played it. She played the piano. The rolls, they don't work properly. It's just they're kind of old and kind of wore out.
Tell me about this piece of furniture here. It's a
That
little
belonged
desk.
to a doctor.
It's a desk, right?
Yes, it is.
It's adorable.
It was a desk that was used by a doctor in his office. And chair and all, the medicines and everything.
I
was
really like that desk.
And then when she acquired it, she started putting deeds and papers that people could look at. And so there was all kinds of collectibles in there that she had acquired.
How much of the stuff in here belonged to Grace?
Pretty much so.
Everything, pretty much
Pretty
everything.
Much so, yeah. We've added a lot since then. We've added things that people have brought that were part of families that were her friends.
Yes.
And so, surprising enough, people dispose of things. The kids don't want them, so they bring them to us and leave them on the front porch, and we have to kind of look at them and make sure and do a little research to make sure that it's part of the live oak, it's part of the families that lived here at one time. So, and as collectibles, look at what she collected. All of that
Cups.
she collected.
She collected teacups.
Buttons, thimbles.
Right. These are creamers.
Yes. You name it, she collected.
Oh, wow. Look at this one.
Isn't that precious?
Oh, that is. Tiny little thing. That is nice.
This lady was one of the first teachers in George West. This lady here. Okay. There's a little story that goes with George West. The story is, and it's told now colorful, but George West moved cattle since he was 14 years old. He would take the cattle to Kansas. And he acquired revenue with the cattle sales, and he had 4 brothers that collected, saved their money, and they became quite prosperous. So Mr. George West, and that's his wife Kitty in the next picture, decided that he wanted a railroad to come to George West. So he went to talk to the railroad people. And this is a story how we tell it to the kids at school. Mr. George West went and talked to the railroad people and told them, I want a railroad to come through George West into Corpus and then back to San Antonio. and it was called the Gulf Coast Rail. Okay. So he went and talked to the railroad people, and he told them, "This is what I want." And they said, "Oh, it's not a problem, but we need a courthouse, we need a school, we need streets, we need a hotel, we need a restaurant. All of these things have to be done. In other words, build the town, and we'll bring you the railroad." We said, "Okay, I can do that." And we tell the kids, can you just picture them saying, "Yeah, right." You know, he walks out and they're laughing at him, as per se. And he's gonna do what? Build us a town? I don't think so. Well, Lord and behold, he did. Wow, here's George West, Texas.
That's a cute story.
And he built it, and he went back and he told them, "Okay, I'm giving you a right of way. I want the railroad." Golly, he got the railroad, he got the town, and these are some of the houses that he built, which are still standing. For the city of George West, he built these. So that's the little story that we tell the kids so that we can keep, for one thing, keep their attention, and then it becomes, you know, the Wild West.
History has to keep going, and
Yes,
who
ma'am.
better than the children to repeat our stories?
Hey, I know all about him. He built a town, you know, this kind of stuff. But these are his homes that he built, and they're still standing.
Don't go away. When we come back, we'll continue our tour of Grace Armantrout Museum.
This dress here was a dress that the ladies wore to travel. When they got on the train to go to San Antonio and back that same day, that was the traveling dress. And this one came from another state. The family traveled by wagon train, and you can tell how heavy it was because it came from the cold country.
So, this is thick too.
Yes, but because it was cold.
It's almost like burlap.
Yeah. But look at all the ruffles and the details in them.
A big old slip.
Look at this.
This is heavy. Well, that kept them warm.
Yes, exactly. Look at
This
the
was
button.
a fancy outfit.
Yes,
Definitely.
and to me, look at the
embroidery.
the details. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Tell me, this was whose bed?
This was Miss Grace's bed, and she bought this in the 20s in a town called Tivoli. And if you don't know where that town is, it's by the coast, past Victoria. And she went and she bought this, the whole bed, and then somebody made her the quilt. And you know, the quilt needs to be laundered, but you can't.
You know, it might fall apart.
Exactly.
Yeah, the threads, you know, yeah, it's fine, it's okay. Look at this phone.
And see how heavy it is.
And it worked like this? Okay. Operator, thank you for calling VTX. May I help you?
Isn't she sweet? You have more fun with her, don't you? That's sweet. So, and of course, in here.
Oh, is it a chamber pot or a
There it
potty
is.
chair? Wow.
How
The
about
chamber
that?
pots were metal or what? Is this called a chamber pot?
Yeah.
Look at, that's a high-class chamber pot, isn't it? My goodness. So they didn't have to go anywhere. They just, from the
Step
bed
down
there and then
and
climb
step-
back up.
Exactly.
Well, if you had to climb on this bed, you'd need that step to get up there.
Exactly.
That is neat. What machine is this? Tell me what this is. This looks
That's a
in-
separator for cream. You put your cream cans here, and you turn this like this.
Oh,
It's called a creamer.
so they separated the cream from the
Yes,
milk.
From the milk. Yeah.
Then they made butter.
And then they made butter. Isn't that something? This came from an ice cream parlor in Beeville. See the details, it's all of this. And one day we get this call and they said, we have this ice cream juice maker, you name it, we have it. It's in the alleyway. You want it, come get it. Well, we had to go get a lift to bring it because it's all, it's not movable.
It's marble.
It is marble. And inside with the ice, and that's how it looked when we got it. You talk about cleaning.
That's
Whoa.
Beautiful, though. So this machine made ice cream.
Ice cream, and you could
And
drink
juice. And you could
sarsaparilla and lemon juice and all kinds. There's all your drinks.
This is one of the first machines that made fountain drinks.
Yeah, it's a fountain drink, yes.
It's a fountain drink machine.
We had a gentleman do the top part, put it up there so it's got lights that work and everything. So.
And what is this?
Okay, that we use it at Storyfest, and it's heavy.
Yeah, I'm not going to pull it.
It's a corn grinder. We have the other part of the machine out there in the back.
Grinder.
And it grinds the corn.
The other one shells.
Yes.
And this one grinds.
This one's grind. So that's what that is. They pull it out, take it to Storyfest, the celebration, and they get the corn and they put it in through the top, and it makes all this grind.
That's nice. While everybody's watching, so
Yeah.
then they can sell it.
And then they set it up in tables. And they
Not a
sell
bad idea.
it. Not a bad
How
idea.
nice.
Miss Grace, she collected anything and everything. To her, the future was collectible. And as you can see, all of this are gifts, just like the Caboose. And it was given to her in the 50s. She had it set up, and she had cactus growing all around it. Because the other section of this is the Armantrout Museum, where her house was. That's the cactus park. And the cactus park actually belongs to the city because she switched. But that's where she had the Caboose, and the Caboose was called the Cactus Park Caboose until it was moved over here. And we've cleaned it out. We've done everything that we can do to preserve it. It needs to be painted. We do have some help, volunteers that are going to get us some monies to get it lifted up off the ground because it is sinking. And it's been there all these years, so it really needs to be preserved more. It's just that the finances, we're a nonprofit. We operate on membership. And so what little we get is how we pay our bills. But every once in a while, somebody will come along, and they're very generous. And we appreciate it. And we'll take, okay, we've been wanting this, so now we're going to direct this to, say, the Caboose. So the Grace Armantrout Museum would like to host anything that you would want to have a meeting here. It's open to the public. Our hours are in the afternoon, 1 to 5, and we're closed Monday and Tuesday. And guess what? We are open on the weekend. And why is that? Because everybody's traveling to the valley or coming back from the valley, and they stop and visit. So we're just real happy that we're open on the weekend. I haven't had a weekend off ever, but it's not a problem. Come visit. We welcome you. We're real proud of this museum. Miss Grace had a vision, and the vision was, this is what George West, Live Oak County needs, and here we are. Just look for the windmill.
If you ever find yourself in George West, make sure to stop by the Grace Armantrout Museum. Being in the presence of history, antiques, and collectibles always makes a great time. See you soon!